Hello guys, my name is Dr. Varun and we are back with 30 days, 30 most important topic for NEET 2025 Biology.
Chalo, let's complete it.
So in today's video, we're gonna be studying about sexual reproduction in flowering plant chapter. The two topics, one is sporogenesis, gametogenesis, how it is taking place and the things to understand it better. And we will learn about the agents of pollination. These are two super most important topics. Of course, everything is important in biology, but these are super most important. So we're going to learn and understand and have a conceptual understanding for it. So starting at with the male. Okay, so now don't say that, sir, why male? You are some kind of patriarchal kind of a thing. No, I am not that. Okay, important is that we are learning it, that is how it's given in NCERT. We are also following that. Okay, so first we're going to see the male gamete formation. So it is a stepwise manner. In the initially there is nothing present, but always remember, for making the gametes, spores is needed. Spores will germinate into something gametophyte and then it will make the gametes. So spores has to be made. Spores will make a gametophyte. Gametophyte will make a gamete. Okay, so this spore to gametophyte formation is known as what? Sporogenesis. And then gametophyte formation and all of those things are known as what? Is the gametogenesis process. Let's just quickly see it so that we can remember the fact. So what it is, you know that everything is occurring in the anther. Where in anther? Location. We always discuss location. So it is occurring is anther. Inside anther where? Inside the microsporangium. It is a bag like thing. Okay, this microsporangium is also called as pollen sac. Just remember the facts. Now in microsporangium there is a presence of initially sporogenous tissue, and this sporogenous tissue, each cell will start what? Each cell will undergo sporogenesis. Now since this sporogenesis is occurring inside the male, for the male thing, so we call it microsporogenesis. Okay, so we have added the word microsporogenesis to identify it as a male spore formation. So what in this process happen? Each cell will undergo meiosis. So this is the, okay, this color is not visible. Imagine this. Each cell, this is the sporogenous cell, which is 2N cell, will undergo what? Will undergo meiosis. And it will form 4 different cells. Okay, so these 4 cells would be what? Like this, because meiosis always make 4 cells. So this is called as what? It is called as microspore tetrads, and its isobilateral type diagram is given in NCERT, where this looks like what? Like this, which is in the monocots. Okay, we are not going into it. Now this microspore tetrad which is formed, now what will happen? There will be release of callase enzyme, which will, like, they are joined together by the callase. So their callase will be broken down and they will be free. So each of them is free by the release of what? By the release of callase enzyme. It will deglue it. Then each of them will be secreted with what? Sporopollenin. So sporopollenin will be secreted on it. So sporopollenin will form the outer ornamentation. Ornamentation. So this thing, when the ornamentation is done, this structure is called as, immature pollen grain. Immature pollen grains. Now each of them will undergo what? Undergo the next step, that is gametogenesis, which is, since the male part, microgametogenesis. So what will happen? Mitosis will occur, and this is a amitosis, means unequal division of their 2 cells will be formed, which is unequal in size. So I am making it little bigger over here. Okay, so this bigger cell is there with a bigger nucleus, smaller nucleus with a spindle shape. So this upper one cell is what? Vegetative cell. Whereas the smaller cell is what? Generative cell. Now, this generative cell will undergo mitosis. And it will form what? It will form two nuclei. And these two nuclei are what? Two male gametes. This is how two male gametes are being formed. This is about what? This is about the male part, that how the sporogenesis occur, from that gametogenesis occur. Let's see that what happened in the female. So in case of females, so everything start where? It will be in the ovary area. So imagine that this is the ovary. Inside ovary there will be what? Cell present called as nucellus. One such cell differentiate. One cell in it differentiate and forms what? Sporogenous cell. This sporogenous cell will do what, beta? This will undergo mega is for the female, megasporogenesis. Megasporogenesis. And since megasporogenesis is what? Nothing but the meiosis. So it will leads to formation of 4 cells. But out of these 4 cells, 3 cells degenerate, because a female body can't provide the nourishment for the further growth of all the 4. So 4 will degenerate, only 1 left. Okay, so from sporogenous cell only 1 cell will start the process. In that it will making 4 megaspores, but out of these 4 megaspore only 1 left functional. So we call it functional megaspore. This megasporogenesis is over, then it will start what? It will undergo megagametogenesis, because still the gamete is not being made. So we will do that. So what will happen? Mitosis will occur. This mitosis will do what? It will make 2 nuclei. So here the important thing is that this type of mitosis is what? It is karyogenesis. Karyo means nuclear division formation, is not followed by cytogenesis, or more appropriately cytokinesis, not genesis, kinesis. Okay, so this thing, now it is what? 2 nuclei state. Then again mitosis will occur, same kind of mitosis, 4 nuclei stage. Then again it will make 8. So this is 8 nuclei stage. Now what will happen? One of the nucleus from each end will come into the center. Imagine that this is the chalagial end and the micropilar end. 2 poles, north and south pole, like I have made. So it comes in the center. So basically what happened? This structure will have 3 nucleus here, 3 nucleus here, and 2 in the center. The center nucleus are called as polar nuclei. Later on they fuse together and later on forms what? A secondary nuclei. Secondary nuclei. And here they join together. Okay, and here is the big cell. So how many cells are being made? 3 cells here. These cells are antipodal cells. 3 cells are there. These are egg apparatus. 1 egg, 2 synergids. And this one center cell, big cell, is called as central cell. So you remember it what? How many cells? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. So it is a 7-celled but 8 nuclei condition until the secondary nuclei is not being made. But secondary nuclei will be made later on. So this is the whole process of it. Let's just recap it. What happened? Single cell of the whole tissue will act like a sporogenous cell. That single cell will undergo megasporogenesis, which will make 4 megaspore. 3 will degenerate. Only 1 remain viable. That one viable megaspore will undergo megagametogenesis, in which mitosis will occur. First it will form 2 nuclei, then 2 again mitosis will occur, 4 nuclei, and again 3 mitosis will occur here. But in case of there only 2. Okay. Then after 3 mitosis, what will happen? Total 8 nuclei are present. one nuclei from each end comes into the center and forms what? Polar nuclei. Whereas all the other, like now what will happen? Cytokinesis will occur, means cell wall formation will occur. That cell membrane which is being formed, it forms on the chelagel end 3 antipodal cells, whereas on the micropylar end 1 egg and 2 synergid forming a egg apparatus, and the center big cell will be what called as central cell. That is about the female. Now let's just hop up to the agents of pollination. So agents of pollination, I have now already made it, okay, to make it easier. Okay, so in the agents of pollination there are two. What are they? Abiotic and biotic. Okay, so in abiotic we have wind, biotic we have water. Now we will remember that what are the terminologies used for it. For abiotic we call it anemophily, air, so some wind and air is same, so anemophily. H for water and hydro word is always used for water, so water is called as hydrophily. Then comes the biotic means animals are in the zoo, so zoophily. In that different animal have different ones. So let's just try to insert. Then the insects is entomophily. Insects, we used to consider ant as the insect, so insects, so entomophily. How to remember? Then birds are ornithophily. Bird lays egg is O shape. Okay, so ornithophily. Then bats are chiropterophily. How you will remember this chiropterophily thing? Because if you remember that in animal kingdom, flying fox, this is the bat mammal, is known as petropus. Here what is coming? Chiropterophily. Okay, so petro word is coming, means chiropterophily is for the bat related pollination. And wait a second, you know na, pollination means what? That transfer of anther to the stigma. I hope that you know. Okay, I'm just jumping up into the main topic. Moving on, then if there is ants or termite, especially the ants word is coming. Earlier we have that insects have this, but normally they won't ask you for the ants and the termites. But if they does, then mycophily. Okay, they won't ask you this ants and termites. This is the extra information. If don't remember, that's okay. But what they will call snail and snake, which you have to remember. For snail, it is malacophily. Okay, snail, malacophily, and snake, it is oentrophily. How will you remember it? Snake also lays egg, so it is also what? Opiophily, but it is different from the birds. Bird is ornithopily. Okay, so just remember this thing. Then more thing which is given to you, that is anemophily. What type of flowers? Flowers are called as aminophilous flower. Now these flowers are colorless, nectarless, odorless. Because why they need these things? Abiotic things are not attracted by these colors, scents or nectar. Okay, these are what? These are the biotic things which are to be attracted by the plants. Okay, then their pollen grain, if they are blowing in the wind means lightweight should be there. Okay, so their pollen grains are light in weight. They might have feathers or wings present, as in case of pinus and all, and they are very dry. They are not sticky, because if they get stick over here, maybe they stick over here, it is of no use. Stigma is not there. This is my body. Okay, same, the stigma has to be large so that it can be feathery and flowy. Then whatever the amount of pollen is present in the air, it can capture it. So feathery. Okay, it should be hairy, feathery, large, easily able to trap it. So it should be the sticky one. Okay, next point is that stamens are well exposed, so that smallest wind come, the pollen can move. So like okay, then the next thing is examples are corn, grasses, gymnosperm, sugarcane, papaya are the example of it. Then coming to the hydrophily, very important, because in that two types come. There are certain plants which releases their pollen in the water, and there are certain which will release on the surface of the water. So if it is releasing on the surface, means epidermis, so epihydrophily. And if it releasing inside the water, inside means below the epidermis is what? Hypodermis we have studied. So hypohydrophily. So these two examples, epihydrophily, hypohydrophily. Okay, that's it. Here you have to remember about the example. Epihydrophily is Vallisneria. Whereas hypohydrophily we have zoster and hydrilla. In this you have to remember that which is freshwater, which is the hydrilla. So zooster is a seagrass. Sea means what? marine. It is not fresh water. But it's hydra means fresh. So it is a fresh water. That you have to remember. Okay, next thing after that is the zoophily. That is with the help of bees and all those things. So here a lot of examples are given. Here the flowers has, like when the animals are included, the flower has to be very attractive in colors, very fragrance should be there, or odor should be there, depending upon if it's flies and beetles, they like the stinky smells. But if it's a butterfly, then it requires sweet fragrancy, fruity smell. So that depends upon the insects they are attracting. Okay, then the next thing is that here they had to give what floral reward also, and sometimes those things has been robbed by also. So there could be pollen or nectar robbers which do not actually bring the pollination but take away the things. So this thing is there, and certain examples for these has been given in your NCERT, which you have to do it. Very important topic, do it. Well, that's all for this video. If you like this video, give it a like. Comment it down what can be changed or new thing you wanted. Those who have requested for some special thing, they are coming up in the next videos within this 30 days. Till then, I hope you are liking this video. If you like, give it a like and share. Share with your friends, or maybe not, because since it is a competition, we should keep ourselves secret. Well, that's all for this video. Thank you so much.